like to ask the Minister for Policy and Reform what measures are in place to ensure all Isle of Man government workers employed through an agency are paid a living wage.
On the Minister for Policy and Reform to reply.
Thank you, Mr Deputy President. The Cabinet Office contracts with employment agencies for the provision of administrative and secretarial staff within Isle of Man government, primarily to cover short-term absences or vacancies. The level of pay for agency workers is determined by the agency itself. Minimum wage law applies, of course. I can also advise that the option to guarantee payment of the living wage to staff engaged through this contract is being examined as part of the ongoing management of the contract. The use of agencies within other employment groups is generally restricted to professional roles such as doctors, nurses and teachers, where pay rates are significantly higher than the living wage.
Bunch of questions, Mr Hooper.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. That was a very long statement of the Minister saying there are no measures in place currently to ensure that staff employed through agencies are receiving a living wage. I thank the Minister for that clarification. Very recently, there was a statement made in this place in October where it was stated that government has reviewed the use of the calculated Manx living wage in procurement and the provision of financial assistance to enterprises. Can I ask the Minister if, as part of that review of the procurement process, whether or not these agency contracts were considered?
Minister to reply.
Thank you very much, Mr Deputy President. There's, I think, mixing up two things here. First of all, there's a SAVE initiative to review contracts, and that's inside the Cabinet Office, and I've given you an answer about the actual contracts for real people, the 60 real people that are engaged as secretarial and administrative agency workers by the Cabinet Office throughout government. And there's a second piece of work on the procurement process, which has been reviewed recently and is I guess, will continually review depending on what policies are in respect of living wage. But as I've said quite clearly, huge amounts has been done by government with respect to the established groups. It's difficult when it comes to agencies, when it comes to therapeutic work, when it comes to apprenticeships, but it's an issue for the Public Services Commission, which has now got new responsibility for cross-government HR issues, and it's something that's a challenge to which we're rising, like so many other challenges.